affirm all that can be affirmed within the sexual revolution. In everything there are grains of truth, and sometimes more than grains of truth, there are real truth aspects in ideas that we as a whole reject. In terms of the sexual revolution, it's obviously that there was a need for change in the number of areas of how people thought about sex and how sex was practiced in Europe before the sexual revolution. So it was not a golden age and then the sexual revolution came and destroyed it all. There were areas that were really problematic and that there was a need for a revolution. One can think of the horrendous amount of brothels all over Europe where men went to buy sex. Or one can think of the prudiness that in many circles you didn't talk about sex and people were ignorant about sexual functions and bodily functions. Now that is a shame, that people were ashamed to talk about sex and about the body. Or one can think about the view on women's sexuality, where it was almost denied and everything was focused on male sexuality and male pleasure. So there's been positive sides of the sexual revolution, that we now can talk freely about sex, that we have access to knowledge about sex and our bodies, that we value female sexuality on an equal level of male sexuality. So we need to be very clear in that we can affirm some things that have happened during the last century or centuries. But then on the other hand, we need to show that the revolution as such, as a whole, has not delivered the liberation it promised. It has to a large degree destroyed human sexuality. Sociologist talks very clearly about how women has been losing out on the sexual revolution. We can see how the whole family structure is dissolving, and how much pain there is in relationship to divorce, how much pain there are for children who's not able to grow up with their biological parents. We can think of abortion, we can think of the epidemic of sexually transmitted disease, we can think of pornography and the degrading of both men and women within pornography. All that is fruits of the sexual revolution, and it is not good fruits. So we have a calling to show a better way, a healthier way, a perspective on bodies and on sex, which connects it to love and commitment, and see the full reality of sex, that it unites people to each other, that it is the glorious mean through which we procreate and become God's co-creator and bringing new life into this world, and with the calling of nurturing that new life. So we have a so much better story about male and female sex and love than the sexual revolution gives us.